times I want to go through life. There I just share you how I live and how I enjoy, study, play instruments, yelling, lots of things in here. So you can see. Let's enjoy, brothers. There is no I don't know, mock this. I try to mock this, brother, because this also enjoy. So my target is I enjoy more than everyone. This is my target. I will enjoy more than anyone, brother. difference. Yo, I'm doing, bro. Brother, there is nobody can do like that. So this is important for us. We're gonna make it, bro. This is hard works. Everything is just a whole. Brothers, I know that's holes that make you something different, make you feel success. Everything you cannot feel just for whole. Just not for the direct success is not available, brothers. Not for one day, not 2 days. That's not for 1 month, not for 1 week. That's not 1 year. So that's important. Hold is long and so you can be whole. So this one importance. Hold 6, 10 years, 20 years. I mean, this is success. Allow it that. To hold as long as you can. That makes it success. That's a whole just a 1 day, 2 day. The good thing you do, that's not one. That's not, brothers. So this is important. The good thing I can do now today, this is important for me. I do. That's I love it so much. That's a whole, brothers. So our tourists, no one is here. That's no carries. So that's okay. That's okay. Today I'm gonna try yours. Your brothers 2 years. Okay. Our challenge is now. Okay, hold this within 10 years. This is important for us. And today now I challenge is yours to means what I can do. Study or things, economics, things. Okay. So I want to choose study English for 35 minutes, just continuously. Continuous study. Reading 35 minutes. Let's go and do it, brothers. Okay, hold this and start with this. So first thing is yours. These books I can start in yours. Or where is this second book? These 2 books is already complete. Just 1 week. Or just 3 books is complete. Just 2. This book is complete 2. And what the fuck you talk? 2 times. Yes, 2 times. This book is complete 2 times. This book is complete 1 time. This book is also complete 1 time. Okay, this is the 3 books is just complete in 2 weeks. So this is very important and good for us because we are do our positive thing in our life. Just do it. So this is very important. Do the good thing and hold it as long as you live. So everything you can combine is a good about yourself. Just make a successful lifestyle. Even this is all this as long as I live. That's what the fuck I do, brothers. A lot of positive thing I can do, add in my life, add a lot of skills. So this is very important for us. Now my target is 35 minutes challenge for this or this, which is choice. Yes, this book. So I choose this book for just 35 minutes. Just continuously reading. That's fuck people. I don't care the people and yelling. That's yelling and noisily reading. Don't care the people and just enjoy. Just study means enjoy, brothers. I started reading. This is the enjoy. Love you life and just enjoy. There is no fucking that's I'm not enjoy. Why I'm not enjoying? This is not, brothers. All is enjoy. Thank you, brothers. Hold it. What's the link to the others by an intermixture of the rhymes in the following manners of A, B, and B, C, B, S, C, B, C, and C, D, C, D. Okay, this E and the second rhymes of the first quadrant is introduced. The first rhyme of the second rhyme of the second quadrant as the first rhyme of the third. The couplet, however, the standalone as in the Shakespearean type. In the other respects of there is a little difference between the Shakespeareans from the Shakespeareans. The following is the example of the Shakespearean from. Ye dreadful of the merchants, that with the very toils, do seek the most precious things to make your gain. And about the Indians of the treasures post, what the need is you to seek the super in a vain, for love and draw in herself contains. All this is what riches that may for be found, as Spenser is shepherd's low and her eyes be shepherd's plain. If Rabbi's low are her lips are Rabbi's sound. If fails and her teeth be pales, bald, pure and round. If every her forehead every man win, and if gold her locks are finest gold-bound crowns. If silver her fair handsome silver skin, and but that which is fairest is the perfume. Behold her minds along with the virtues, brothers. I feel there's some fear because true people see me. So this is fear. But I say the fuck people. I don't care the people. I don't fear. I'll live a life fearless, brothers. Live a life fearless. Okay. Start my routine. This is important. My not routine. Start my work. Okay. The subject for the sonnet, the truth. There is a state of the range of the subjects for the sonnet. Shakespeare the following year Elizabethan and the limited to them to love his sonnet, which is the belief to the connected chain to our stories and through the order is a matter of the controversy and celebrates his attachment to young Fane and presumably the identified the Mr. Douglas to whom they are the dedicated to or his love or a mysterious dark lady in a Milton Sands. The scope of the sonnet was greatly coordinated and in a time of the came to include almost everything within the range of a human feeling and experience. Okay, original Collins and St. Geese there is originated in time of elegy covered were song, rap poem, political verse and lamentations of the days, affairs of wide range of the such a both gay and the Greek stick judged with a composition by its from not by the subject matter. It was written in the elegiac measure, a couplets composed of a dactylistic of the hexameter followed by the decilies of the pentameters. There is to say on long syllable and too short 6 times in the first and 5 times in the second. Any poem written in the meter rank as an elegy, whatever is the theme of might be the modern connotation. In a modern age, it is the theme of the meters, not for the meter and the classical elegy. The measure is not used in the English verse and elegy nowadays takes its name from its subject matter and not from and while no rules are laid down for the meter. The theme of the elegy must be mournful or sadly reflective. It is usually a lamentation for the death, though it may be inspired by others. Symbol themes such as Enriquez love, the fall of a famous city, and the like is found as a tennis or break, and is often elaborated the style like Odi, and thus the writing an elegy and English poet is not limited in any one form, but many choose the whatever seems to him most fitting. And some of the most teaching poems of the personal laws have been written in very simple language. The found energy usually aims to the effect or the dignity and the solemnity of without a sense or strain or artificiality. This was the magnificence is achieved to the grave of the elegy written in a country churchyard and the form of the adopted quarters in applause. Always remember, brothers, I need to do the positive thing and to the cool, brothers. I always remember that I'm going to success, I'm going to success. So this is important. So do the good thing in your life. In by pentameter lines and 10 syllables, alternately the short and long, so was added for its purpose. We read and operate as it is intended to be read as a consistent work of art, not a spontaneous or expression of sorrow. Otherwise, any elaborated and complex mode of the utterance might cause us to question the sincerity of the poet's emotions, as Dr. Johnson did when he remarks, and where the literature of perfection, the fiction, there is a little give. Okay, the other feature, the elegy lands except the more readily than the other from the poetry of the distortive reflection on the part of the poet. Brothers, do the things that you feel that I'm a success. When you are successful, what do? You need to do the things, even if you are success. That's important. So imagine that I'm now success. What I can do now? If you success, what you can do now? So this is important time. So if you feel that if you success, then you do it. If you success, then you do it. Then you need to do. So that is the time you do this thing. Then you feel this your routine, so your successful routine. I mean, your science-based and successful routine that's make you a very good lifestyle. That's helps you to make you a very good lifestyle. That's make you success. The lifestyle make you success, give you success, but the lifestyle. So that's important. If I am not success, that's what I do. So this is important. If I am success, that's what I do. That's I do now. So that's I feel I'm a super success guys. I feel I'm a great character. So I feel that I'm now a super successful man. So that's just the time I do the fucking enjoy the fucking yelling and for leading. So this is important for us. Don't care, don't matter anyone. That's what is going now. So that's just the important time to everyone do, brothers. So that's important to us. Fuck people and enjoy your life and do and lots of things you do in your life. Just do it. That's important, brothers.
The other feature of the elegy is that it itself the more readily than other form of the poetry of the discursive, the reflections on this part of that poet. And there is so much an echogative subject that if the leads the poet of the regions thoughts or might not normally explore as they are and towards the observes the subject jet is the inspiration the stole theme and the other times it's a very common starting point from each words have the launch variation themes and speculations of the nature rhythm their structure the attributes of things the poet's own mood, even literature criticism, mutual lamentations and the degradations of the poetry and the religions of the Lycidas, the elegy on the death of Leonards, the Lord Faith, the Edward Kings, whom is sincerely the more, the Tennyson, the philosophies are the persons of the life and destiny of the Memoriam, and Elysia on the tale of his fame. After Helam is Matthew Arnold posits to reflect the course of the life of a modern man on the earth in the round big chapels. In elegiac poem Moniz, the visit of the fathers gave 15 years after his death, and so all these reflections are decorations of course in relations of the main themes. But at the same time, they seem to integral part of the entire structure. Lycidas would be the sustainably poorer without his passes on the frame and the onslaught on the correct clergy of that says. So throughout the further poem, if remove the passage in which they seem perhaps divided from their themes. Thoughts give to is the dominant emotion in the early part of the elegy. The note of when the change towards the close to one of the resignations or even the joy as the poet reconciles of himself to the inevitable or expresses his faith in immortality and future reunion versus Lycidas close on a note of optimism with no more artful shaper and with no more for the Lycidas your sorrow is not a jade sung and so heavy beneath the watery floor, the chalet, the Adonis, the analogy on the death of the keys, and the transitions from the mornings of the consolations and then the triumph occurs long before the close. Nor less as a weave that's our delight is fake. Far from this is a carrion, the carrion carries the stream below. He has obscured the shadow of our nights. If we are the economy that's handed pain, and that is our race which is made the miscall and the miscall of the delights can't touch him nor the torture, nor again he lives or he walks, he stays, is dead, nor he. The postural elegy during the Renaissance, a new kind of elegy was introduced into the English poetry. It followed a convention by which the poet represented himself as a shepherd beholding the loss of a companions, the manner of speech and the setting where the bird from the rusty life and whatever the poet had to say to describe was phrased accordingly. This convention lets it down to modern time. Milton's Lycidas, the Matthew Barnard's series, the memory of his friends, the poet A. Scrog are both postural elegies employing the postural image and the sentiments. This is how Milton recalls his past associations with Edward King in Lycidas. Okay. Just imagine that's pure success. So you can do everything. Brothers, drink a lot of water is important. It hydrates your skin, your body, and you help your blood circulation is better. So that's you need to drink a lot of water. Okay. First thing you need to drink a lot of water. Second thing you need to drink a lot of more water. Third thing you need to do drink a lot of more water. Fourth thing you need to do drink a lot of more water. Fifth thing you need to do drink a lot of more water. Okay. First thing you need to do, second thing you need to drink a lot of water. Third thing you need to drink a lot of more water. Fourth thing you need to drink a lot of more water. This is fucking bullshit. That's a success, brothers. Don't care anyone. Fuck people. Just leave, brothers. That's you leave the life. That's don't care the people. So fucking that's okay. Fucking that's okay. For where the nerves upon the steps, some keels are fixed on the flocks of the mountain sands and rails. Okay, storms of the pastoral metaphor, the lines of the means that the middle are the key were the students of the same college, so are the nerves upon the self-name, the self-same hill, the share, the same parachute stars, the faith, same flocks of mountains, shade and rail. The from a barrels among the silicons leaks originating the probably due the 30s of Theodorus whose idols, the epigrams are the earliest poem known to us, which is written in the pastoral manner. It was a perfected letter by the Lithuanian poet of the Virgins. Those is the ecologists of the Garcias noted to their the vivid treatments of the sense of and the labor of the countryside. Each time the fail out of the use of for a long time. The rivers are revived. During 15th and 16th centuries, in the period of the general rebirth of classical culture, it soon found the imitations in other. In other parts of Europe, including England, with the Spencer part. Calendar is maybe said to have taken root in English, so well, Lycidas probably wears its a choice of that form of Spencer of Aristotle or pastoral lamenting is the patron and the intimates of the fancier Sir Philip Sidney. Okay, the titles. The idols. Okay, disgusting the feature. Okay, in English words, the idols is not the distinct. The distance of spaces by itself. It means sometimes lyrics and sometimes a longer poem and sometimes it passes in a elegy, play and a epic or ballad. This has no set form. The poem may give its any form of its place. It derives its name out from a Greek word meaning a little picture, and so the term of the poet is associated with a relativity of the brevity and be the patriarchal. The pictorial effect, the poet represents a picture in a few words or series of picture of composing a longer poem, and the poetical, the pictorial effect of achieved by the graphics of description as the color is used to be used in a painting every day. Every artist must aim at a vivid visual representation of his themes. Often it is used to keep a concrete image of an abstract idea. Milton's Allegoria is a picture of the happy life and subdivided into a number of smaller pictures. Each of the which is the idol which says all which is together makes a complete image of the poet's idea of human happiness or what sort and lines of writing in the march of depicts being sensed in England after the rain so is over and gone. The pastoral sense of Shakespeare as you like it is from the idol of the country black. And the tension is to the time of the short and the pacing the narratives in his the England idol, and thus Browning wrote a series of the dramatic idols style and the treatment. Now it is not a mere objective description of persona, place or things. It is a point on the version of what he has seen and feels, and is an imaginative rendering of a picture to sense or experience a mere description of facts that considered a successful idol. It is a poetic coloring the ideal vision of words may have been the familiar that wins our admiring the language is usually carefully chosen to give the desired pictorial impression. Speed may be direct and the shared forward, but it is designed to leave the abiding image in the reader's mind. The poem is the workflow which has been mentioned above shows how a complex scene can be depicted with a beautiful simplicity in an entirely natural style, almost free from the literary ornaments. Lambs riding in the march, the cock is crowing, the cock is crowing, the stream is flowing, the small bird twitter, the lake drops glitter. Foxia. Oh my God! I know. Fucking that's okay. That's okay. The Greenfield sleeps in the sun, the oldest and youngest, and the work. Although our work with the strongest, the cattle are grazing. There he is rising. There are the four feeling like an army defeated. The slow has retreated. Thus now Okay. And now the top fair is on the top of the Bear Hill. The frog boy is opening known and known. There is joy in the mountains. There is life in the fountains. Small clouds are sailing. Blue sky prevailing. The rain is over the ground. Fuck it, that's I love it, that's brother. I want to be enjoy the most enjoy I can do in life presents. Do brothers. Major descriptions of the Mars is richer and imaginary, but gives us an equally clear picture. How see the Namban bring with thee just of the youthful jollity, the wives and the quacks and cracks and the wantons, wives, nods and backs and the oldest smiles, such as the hand as the halves and cheeks, allowed to live at a dimple seek. Sports or wrinkles care of derides and after holding box with size. Okay, the subjects of the titles, the earliest titles are those of the Greek poet and Theodorus, and their themes are very weird. Town and country life, the mythology and the poet's own experience and impression the English literary practice, however, has nearly always limited the scope of the idol of the treatment of the lowly life in the town or village. The more particularly the later ever half of the Theodorus. And the pastoral in form. Dealing with the shepherd life in ancient Sicily, there the climate was the kind of land, the soil of the fertile sand, the world of the ideally existing cause of the idea of the place seed of existence in search of surrounding. The Roman fort virgins adopted the same form of the ecogas or the bucolics, which were taken as a model by many later European writers. It made its way up into England during the Renaissance when a large numbers of pastoral ideas are written. They are not actually very remote from the realities of English country life in the days when the England's wolves came from the wool. Wool of the great flocks of the sheep supported by her rich the pasture, and but as the condition changed, the form of become a mere convention, and the last of the fall of the house is altogether nevertheless never. General followed the old traditions in their dealing with the rural sense. So as in the Wordsworth poem, reproduced here as law, here of the long fellow of the village blacksmith. Okay, Tennyson was justified in using the term of the title of this idol of the king. That those long poems were the frankly idealized the picture of the clerics life in a simpler as the glorious Arthium. Okay, whenever morning brought a noble chance, and every chance brought out the noble nights. This work was indeed a noble combination of the idol and the epic, which we have now to deal. The epic. Okay. More pretty. Okay, I'll show you, brothers. I know this. The epic define the classic example of the epic in the European literature are the leaders of the Odyssey of the ancient Greek poet Homer, which have served as a model to all other epic poets. Each of these great stories is a long tale in the verse. They are famous heroes for the principal characters and is weaved together into the artistic from the many legends of the exploits, which are handed down from the generation to generation by words of mouth in song and story. Decrease my cortisol and increase my dopamine, brother. This is important for us. Fuck it.
That's important for that, brothers. Oh, plus I'm doing no What the fuck is happening?
The story of the Lears, the story of the Lears, the story of the Lears of the intense instance of the excited as a folklore before Homer collected his scattered of the fragments of the together to form a splendid whole. And the events of the epic may have been magnified by the tradition and the poet's own imaginations, but some of them of the undoubtedly belong to actual history, like the saga of the Troy and the mighty warriors and the princes who are the leading the figure may the really have existed, and though in the poem of they are the given almost the superhuman dimensions, their actions are often the subjects to the personal interventions of the gods who preside over the destinies and the from of the separate group of the characters with their own lovers and the rivalries in the almost every classic epic. The supernatural and the magical elements is always the prominent language of the people, with of course a noble and exalted as through the defeat and the words of deeds of the gods and heroes. It is in the grand style that makes no attempt to resemble the common speech. Convention of the epic. Later poets follow the example of the Homer not only in the general plan of the epic, but also in the various matter of the details, such as the following. The theme of the epic is stated in the first few lines, accompanied by a prayer or to the muse, and the sequence of the theme is technically called the propositions and the prayers of the invocations and virgins, which is the invitations of the Homer light and the Marathon Paradise Lost. Which follows the irons of both begin with the clarity of the different prepositions and the invocations and mixtures, who will serve as an example of man's first disobedience and the fruit of the worst forbidden tree, whose moral taste and brought death into the world and all over way. This loss is waiting until the greater man restore us a regain of the blissful seed side the heavenly meals. Okay. The epics employ certain conventional poetic devices such as the Homeric epithets, a term or the phrase sometimes quite lengthy, applied again and again to a particular person, place or things, and the Homeric smile, and which is setting out to make a comparison between the two similar objects, develops into a piece of elaborate description, a word picture, almost a short poem in itself, designed to capture the reader's imagination. A number of the Homeric epithets of the famous Homeric echoes as the part of the mostly calls them occurs in Tennyson's Amore di Arthur Sabine. Is always the bold clothes in what's might, samite and mystic wonderful, record in every reference to the warmth which is arise from the bosom at the lake. We notice the repetitions of the ripple washing in the reeds with the wild water lapping on the cracks, and so on. A fine example of the Homeric of smile is to be found in the Mathosaurus Sohrab and Rustum. Rustum is compares Rustum, who does not know that what is the own son who lies dying before him is to an eagle unaware that a hunter was killed to the males. And notice how, as we have said, and this smile goes almost into independent poem, and which can be read and admired apart from the tale itself. Also, when some hunter in the spring has found a breeding eagle sitting on her nest upon the craggy and still islet of a hill lake, a preceders with her narrow arrow as she rose, followed her to find her where she fell. Far off, announced her meal, the mat comes swinging back from the hunting, and the great way of the describe, and the describe says a hardling young left so as that of the cheeks, his opinions, and the widow short uneasy swaps the circle above his wearing with the loud of screams. The childing is the man's back or to her knees, and but she lies dying with the arrow in her side. In some of her stony gods out of the skin, and a wave of the flowering feathers, nevermore. Okay, brothers, it feels hot. Complete this part. That's a prayer. Okay. The lake of the for each never the dripping the perseverance the echo of the stormy stream as the sail by as that four bar that so no knows his loss and fuck fear brothers are all say fuck the fear and do the thing you can do in your life brothers. I'll hold this guy. So that has to know that's not his own loss but it's true for his child son that's new him lost. The action of the epic is often controlled by the supernatural agents in the Homer and the Virgins, who is the classical ghosts. God and Goddess is the most ancient European prefix as the Lord as the of one hero, but the triumph of difference order to have the limit of Aristotle and the tongues of fellow lines in the Spencer Fairy Queens, which is a Mary of the Risgar. As an epic, most of the characters are that themselves first that shall be with the power of heaven. And national epic, the Lucia, the descent, this keeping the Vasco da Gama birch to call India. Now, so fostering to troops, jewels and ordeal. And the like in the respect on the all Sasha introduced the Bomo and the dedicated elements into the Jerusalem delivered completed in 1574, and Spencer followed his example in the Frequent, the avoided intentions of which is the fashion gentleman in the virtues and gentle discipline. The purpose of the miserable Pharisees' laws is to justify the way of the God to man. The moral of the other poem says that Johnson in incident and the consequence and missions only it is essential and the intrinsic. Okay, that's okay. Epic of the World and the Epic of Art. The Epic of the Ethers, the result of natural goals in a popular song and the story of the conscious literary force on the part of the artist. The former and variously the call the folk epic, the epic of gold or authentic epic as the literary epic or the epic of art. The folk epic is not for the work on one man. More research shows that being accumulated into one artistic whole, it existed the fragments who are long edges and forming the stock in trade and so under the minstrel or storytellers in the verse. These fragments were later collected together by some poet known or unknown and given the shape they brought over the scenes, and we have stated that lyrics are supposed to have been composed by the Homer from such as the fragments already ancient in his time. The authors of the song epics remain unknown to this day, as in the case of England, English, the Beowulf, the Dramatic, the Germanic, the Nibelungenlied, and the French song of the Romance. Literally epics, on the other hand, in the work of art, are deliberately planned in epic manner in imitations of its original prototype. It is a comparatively late product, such as the Barges, Ains, and Tasso, Jerusalem, and the Delibert, Spencer, Fairy Queen, Milton, Paris, Lost, Camus, Simon Lewis said it is the product of an individual genius who feels it himself the power of the rebel master of all. In the modern times, however, the heroic style has gone out of favor, and the epic, like the poetic drama, has almost ceased to exist. The most hardly a great epic drama of the Neapolis, the Neapolitan wears the dances of India, the design in the great grand scale, but also the attitude, the treatment are very different from that of predecessors. So brothers, I hold the good thing in my life and just hold it. Brothers, that's important. This is gonna change everything. That's good, and hold this thing. That's gonna change everything. More Capita, Italy and France set the fashion for the proud parody of the epic form, which is derived from the imitation of England. In England, this is the theme of obviously anarchy or the serious epic and incident quite and reflecting itself which is cause in all traditional paraphernalia. The Solomon dignity of the epic form. There was a classical precedent in the Battle of the Frogs and Mice, a Greek parody of the Iliads are the finest example in English verse is the pop steps of the log, and which celebrates its absurd tribal themes. The third of the lock of their hair from a girl waves in epic minors in just layers of the resulting incorrigibility between the themes and the treatments, the rendering for mere piece of the mischief. And the public war that followed is the terms of the sublime prose poem has completed epic form. There is the usual opening propositions and the innovations, the proper and calistheas of machinery of supernatural elements represented by the spirit of the earth, air, water, and fire. The dramatic episodes, one of which is the rap or the except and all the other devices of the classical epic. I love the Hildy brothers. I love the Hildy Lustral. I mention it, brothers, as long as you leave. The other remarks the title has been the great title. There are some prepositions in the usual epic manner on what the offense from the amorous cause springs are, what the mighty contest rise from the terrible scenes they sing. The incubations of follow 7 after this is the Brazil's coil, the most in due. This is the even the Belinda made the bird shape of the beast. The side is the subject, but not so. Whereas if she is inspired and she has of the toilet stands of the display, each silver waves of the majestic, the order legs first rob and the rob is a wireless bands intense orders with the head of uncover is the cosmetic powers, and in the heavenly the image in the glass appears. To that the bends, to that the heart the eyes to she rears the inferior paradise, there's the ultra of sides are trembling, the being became the star reeds of pride. The follows the black of the omens, threatening a rare of compensates the day of the black omens sees the brightest fair of river that is deserve the watchful sweet care. Some dare disaster or paid by force their lives. But what is where the fairs up once in night, so whether the nine box shall break the dine laws or stain further China jar disease of law. And what the stain of the honors or the honor broker, bouquets are to forget. I praise all beasts of the misfortunes or loss or hearts or nickels. And the necklace are the balls or whether the heavens or domain, and the tombs the soft must fall down. The homeric scenes of the battle are immediate to the card games are over, and the mock fight between the lords and the allies. That is towards the close was the game. Okay. I'll be athletics, I'll be the most healthy lifestyle veterans. So I do the most cool of my life. Everything is just for double views, brother. So this will take a lot of time. Okay. Behold, the 4 kings of the majesty revived with their glorious whiskers and for keep beer, and 4 fair queens also had sustained flower, and expensive smells of their soft flower. About that, okay? So lead the healthy lifestyle is important, brothers. Okay, do this. Okay, so after part 4, the names of the grounds of the session, the transit bands, the counts of the heads and the halberds on the heads and the party colors, and troops the shining frames, the drop for the combat on the Belbane Spain's skillful of the name of reviews are forced to care the space of the trumps, she said the trumps were on the and now the flight, and now the see the flight of Benita in the Pearl Jets who with the more than the user lightning in our eyes, no fear of the chief or the unequal fight to try. The old shout no more than is a feet to die. The part the blood of lords who the main distance of regions. She with the one finger on the top servants and just where the breeze. Praise of the visa or nostrils breathe, the church of the suppers of the regions through the crop, the cannibals direct through the rivers just up. The pungence of the gears of the trickling dust, the sudden with the starving tears, each eye the overflow and the high draught of the resource sources, noise extracts of the sufficient to the straw of how the supply. The Pope succeeded in providing the serious literature, the balance. Okay, the light, the peak, the balance arises out of the folk literature. It is one of the oldest form of English, the older than the Chaucer, and is one of the few that are the native growth originally. It was sung from village to the accompaniments of the harbour fables or by a strolling singer or band singers who earn a living in this way. The minister usually sang in the chimney corner of the farmhouse or the village kid where a lot of eager the listeners all the assembled to be the entertained in the scholars of the last minster who see him the comes to the castle hall. In its early stage, the song must have been accompanied by a cruel travel dance. Its very name of seems to imply or balance anthropologically the means a dancing song in the day before the painting was invented. It was handed down by the oral tradition each successive generation or locality making its own alternation to suit the contemporary or the local condition. Most of the ancient English ballads were the collected the Bishop Percy of the requires of ancient English poetry of the published in 1965. Distinguishing the feature of the ballads is a short story in the verse, originally intended to be the sung to an audience since it developed in the early stage in the mass culture and the cultural evolution. Its subjects are depicts rather than thoughts, and they are of the simplest kind, such as the memorable for the thrilling adventure, family, disaster, love and wear, and life. The tale is usually the fire, and the tragic, and frequently introduce the supernatural. The form of may be the summarized as follows. The poem is written in the ballads measure A quatrains in the which is the first and third line in the fourth, and by the short syllable followed by a long and the long and the second of the fourth is there three-fold, then by the letter along the rhyming as in the line below that there lead a Y and you and sure and with a Thai wife and was she had the short sister and still wife once. What's on okay and send them over the sea. Open variation in the number of the boss syllables and the lines of the introduced digits to the requirements of the thoughts. Okay. Along itself, I want to be healthy. I want to be mentally healthy lifestyle, and I want to be lifetime activity. I hold this as long as I live. Yes, yes, brothers. So it again is turning. So that's gonna be important. 1 hour already. What the fuck is maybe complete or not? I don't think. I don't have any kind of idea. I promise. That's true. Most positive thing in my life, I just do. I want lifetime maybe already. My target is I will be successful everywhere, everything, just not only one thing. That's I love to make myself that I will be successful everywhere.
now to make my success, and I'm gonna hold his hands. 10 years, I will success. Okay.